Are you gonna pick up a microphone?
First time recorded.
Oh.
Did we save it for after the intro?
Was that a predetermined? I don't know if any of this is gonna make it. Was that a predetermined intro bit?
No.
Where now you cut to the intro?
This will only take a minute.
This will only take a minute, Major.
He made us drive while we took the order. He said, "Can we walk and talk?"
I'm sorry, this will only take a minute.
It'll only take a minute, I promise.
Now's the time to take your bathroom breaks, folks.
This will just take a minute. Police business.
Can you give us a minute?
This will take a minute, Bruce.
Could you please just give me a minute?
Literally, my whole life has just been working golf.
I know you gotta get to work. This will only take a couple minutes, please.
How about you scooch a little, cheat up before you reveal your sort of Succession-esque cosplay?
Succession.
Get it?
I wanted to make a shirt in the font, Succession font, that said, "Hey girl, how about a suck session?"
Wow.
Are we just getting rid of the copyright right away? Oh, sorry about that. You could throw that over the couch. Hey, easy with that.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Sarah Bareilles.
Just a quick one.
I love this song. You guys
Not
like
gonna
this song?
write you a love song.
That was it.
I'm dressed as anybody.
I definitely know the vest.
Are you being serious?
I can't think of it.
What? We don't say another word until he gets this.
We'll be here in an
Think
hour.
about what I said. Succession.
An hour.
You can get there.
Oh yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. Did you know that was what you? Whatever.
Yes, that's why I said it.
How'd you know I was wearing this?
Because you went like this and I saw the leopard print. Leopard print?
No.
Looks like sort of if a drunk man was doing Braille.
I'm not drunk.
No?
We'll skip it.
It's one of your favorite movies.
I can't think of what it's from.
It's got a character in it that we're not allowed to say the name of the person.
Huh?
Because it means a lot to you.
Shut up.
Do you get it now?
Ferris Bueller.
There you go.
Yippee! I'm dressed as the Ferris Bueller. One
Murderer.
time.
The hat was throwing me
What?
off.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Broderick.
The
hat.
Oh, murderer.
Doesn't he wear the hat too?
He's got a beret. This is not really a beret. Sarah Bareilles. This is more of like a Peaky Blinders hat, but backwards it kind of pulls. It looks like a
Green beret.
shitty beret. I wore this one time at a baseball game, minor league or not even minor, whatever's under minor, and I didn't know that it was 80s night. And they came up to me and were like, "Hey, love your costume."
That's insane. I actually don't believe you.
And I was like, all right. And they put me on the big screen with like 6 other people that dressed up, and they gave me free tickets to a game.
You were on a Jumbotron?
And then I was on the Jumbotron, and then later I told the guy who set it all up, I was like, "I just wore this on accident." He's like, "I don't believe you." And I was like, "Okay." And then
First of all, it's by accident, but continue.
on purpose. And then
Yeah. English is messed up, isn't it?
So then later they put me on the dugout to dance to Twist and Shout, and that was on the Jumbotron also. There's a video of it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in right here.
I have final say edit. Didn't make the cut.
And so there we are, folks. I hope everyone's having a lovely Friday, or whatever day it is you're listening to this. Maybe it's 2028 and we're famous, or one of us is a convicted murderer and this is on the court.
Well,
case.
you are cosplaying as a convicted murderer.
Well, he wasn't convicted.
That's true.
That just really threw me off. I was like, it's Tuesday.
Neither was O.J. Simpson.
That's true.
You know what they say about him and Matthew Broderick?
Black don't crack.
Whoa.
That's what. Well, they say that about one.
Michael Scott.
You were on the Jumbotron.
That's right.
I was on the Jumbotron.
Okay.
Arena football game. You were there.
We were on the Jumbotron?
Wait, were you there for this? Well, this is the same story. 2 different times, maybe.
Okay.
We went to an arena football game together.
What's an arena football game?
You don't know what arena football is?
It's freaking sick.
Well, we have...
Luckily, we have the World Wide Web at our fingertips.
I guess I'll just Google arena football. I mean, it's kind of exactly what you think it is. Here it is.
Is it?
Successive Professional Indoor American Football League.
The pictures are do the best.
They went bankrupt in 2008.
Oh.
I used to know someone who was a GM for one of these teams. Can you believe that?
General Motors.
Yeah, here you go. This is an empty stadium, but you won't see many fans there when the games are being played.
I don't know what's happening. It looks like a cartoon.
It's like it's like minor league. Not even. It's people. I don't. How do I explain this?
I don't know.
It's football in an arena. The
Out of bounds
field
is just like the.
right. The out of bounds is just the crowd.
Yeah.
You never heard of this before?
Would I lie to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, but no, I haven't.
People. It's like $20. Go watch an arena football game. They're like pros. Like my cousin was an arena football guy.
He was in the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game. But yeah, it's arena football. You ever heard of Kurt Warner?
No.
What?
No, man.
Never heard of Kurt Warner?
You know who Kurt Warner is? You don't know this guy?
No.
Okay. Hall of Famer.
Yep. Okay.
You see this picture of him with Zachary Levi? They made a movie about him last year.
That's Zachary Levi?
Yeah, on the left. Shazam himself.
Oh, right. Little
They made a
blurry.
movie about Kurt Warner because he was famously an arena football player.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Who-
say famous, but yeah.
Got signed to the practice squad of the Rams in the year 1990, whatever.
Uh-huh.
The quarterback goes down in the preseason. There's a famous clip of of the coach crying, going, "We believe in Kurt Warner," like in a press conference.
It's funny.
He wins the Super Bowl that year, becomes a Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Apparently, the movie was that.
Dream. Oh.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And Zachary Levi's canceled
Is he?
because he's like anti-Pfizer or something like that.
Oh.
But he's not anti-vax. He's just like, I don't like Pfizer. And people are like, why? And he's like,
That's all I'll say. I don't like that they're ruining our country with the opioid epidemic.
whoa! But Travis Kelce, he got the vaccine and did a podcast at the same time. What's the commercial? Doesn't he do two things at once?
He's
He's like in an air balloon.
in the Pfizer commercial?
something like that. It might be Moderna. Johnson & Johnson.
I don't know. No, he was in the
What did you
Pfizer
get?
commercial.
The baby food. What did I get?
Yeah.
Great question. I think I got Moderna. I think I'm a
Oh,
Moderna
that's the
baby.
shitty one.
Wait, hold on. I got my card right here.
I got Pfizer.
the shitty one, not Johnson & Johnson.
Wasn't Moderna the bad? No, Johnson was the bad one, right?
That was the one shot.
60%. People are like, yeah, it's only one. So
Right.
what does
I
it
think
say?
they were all bad.
I got it 5. I got May 4th. Shout out to Star Wars, George
Right.
Lucas, if you're watching. 2021.
You still
Moderna.
carry that around with you?
Moderna. Are you kidding me? This is gonna be awesome. Like showing my kids one.
No,
day.
but like it's in your wallet.
Absolutely. Where's else am I gonna put it? Where's else am I?
The trash
drawer
can where it
somewhere?
Am
belongs.
I drunk? My dad laminated it.
Poorly.
Still? It didn't stay together.
Nope, it didn't.
Oh, what do you? That's what's happening in your veins right now. Everything's
Well,
just falling apart.
I mean, I initially kept it because I thought I'd have to use.
What's your
this-
opinion on the vaccine?
I got it.
you really?
Well, I'll let you finish.
Well, originally I kept this in my wallet, like right after I got it, because I was like, oh, if I want to ever go out in the public again, I have to
Right.
do this. That's what we all thought, right?
Show us
we
your
have to
papers.
Keep these for like to get on like rides at Disney World or
Cruise
something.
ships and stuff.
Yeah, sure. But anyway,
I got Pfizer, and I was easily swayed. I was like, I'm not going to get the vax. I'm not going to get the vax. And then my friend's liberal aunt was like, you should get the vax. And I was like, you make a great point. I should. And then I got it.
should I not have my social security card in my wallet?
Probably not.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't. Just asking.
And that's how I feel. I mean, like, if we're getting real deal in the first 6 minutes, I don't think I had needed it. I only went to one place where it was required, and I could have gone without it. But whatever. Speaking of wallets, I wanted to play that. Oh, yes.
I'm a Moderna as well.
Damn it.
Plus a booster.
Oh!
You didn't get boosted up?
No, dog.
Me neither.
I didn't need it. I've gotten COVID like 9 times. No, just kidding.
Have you ever had it?
I had it twice.
I thought that was impossible.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring this up again.
I don't know.
But I wanted to play a game. I didn't know when to get into it. But if you're talking about what's in your wallet, I want to play a game, and I wanted to bring up a new habit.
Do you have your wallet on you?
No.
He doesn't even have a wallet.
Oh,
He's got like
I-
a little plastic like
I can tell you everything.
toy.
I got well, I started a new habit because I was questioning the value of my life, and
I've got $2.
I realized I'm sick of working. Love you, FedEx. Love you if my managers are still listening. But
Oh wait, sorry. How old are you?
22.
Okay, got it.
I
You're not. You're 22.
Yeah.
I'm 25.
Ugh.
23.
Sorry, guys. So, anyway, I started a new habit at work because I was like just sick of feeling like I couldn't spend money and like anytime I went out, I always just felt guilty. But I started to just cash out my FedEx paychecks, and then now I'm like, hey, I can pay my bills. I have 2 jobs, folks. I can pay my bills with the real job, and then FedEx is the spending money job.
1.5 jobs.
So,
Love you, FedEx.
love you, FedEx. And they're hiring, and Anyway, so I wanted to play a game called I've cashed out my paychecks for the last 2 weeks, and if you can guess how much money's in my wallet, I'll give you $1.
Wait, sorry, say it again.
I have been cashing out my paychecks for the last 2 weeks. I've spent some of the money.
At FedEx?
Yeah, at FedEx. But if you can guess as much...
400.
Within $3, I will give you
Oh, no,
$1
wait, just
out of my
FedEx.
wallet.
Wait. Who gets to go first here? Younger goes first. Is this Price is Right rules?
No.
Like I can't go over.
It just has to be... It has to be within 3.
Closest within 3.
Yeah.
Within $3?
Yeah. 5.
If we're both within 3, we'll go Price is Right.
Right, yeah. Make your bets in the comments below.
You said you already spent some.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
It's because this
I
is the
got
job.
it.
It's not a lot of
I got it.
hours a day. But
Yeah.
I know
that's
you.
like
I know
every
you.
day.
I got it.
169.
All right.
I was going to say 69.
All right. Let's add it up, folks. Oh, I'm crushing my beer. Someone's got to make noise.
Oh no, I'm already in
Well,
trouble.
I'll tell you Rodney's out.
Well, I lost. Oh my god.
There's 100.
Oh, Sai, you're... Sai?
No.
Well, now
Are you
should I just say
nervous?
you're wrong?
Are you nervous? How
No,
much
it's
is it?
hard to count. There's 100.
I thought maybe you would have already known the amount. This is good at radio, I guess.
I'm telling you to talk over it.
No.
140,
Sai!
Dang.
Oh my god.
$146.
Wow, good for you,
But we'll
Sai.
play every week. And if you're gonna rob me,
So I won. He went over.
I'm gonna hide this.
He went over.
Well, you're not within.
We
5.
said if we were within.
Oh yeah.
You had to be
both
within.
lost.
And it was also not Price is Right rules.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were gonna do some stupid bit about 69 or something.
No, my God.
Me too.
Yeah, you would never do that.
I wouldn't.
You would never do a stupid bit cut to Ferris Bueller cosplay.
And you guys, how was your day?
I
didn't
played
ask you-
like
I didn't-
shit.
I didn't
I
ask
played
you.
golf. Played like shit.
Real golf?
Yep.
As opposed to mini or otherwise.
Fake video game golf.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah,
gotcha.
no.
That's real to me. Because the real golf is fake golf.
It sucked.
You might have just got this on camera. I went down here to check my phone. This is a remote control.
Oh, we got it.
And I
Okay.
saw it and tapped it
Roll it back, folks. It was
To,
there.
uh,
It was on film.
to see
Idiot.
what time it was, maybe, and it's a remote control.
It's right there. 8:29.
Well, I don't even want to know what the time is. I'm just like we're just what's the word? What's
Stupid.
the word? What's the word?
You're a moron.
No. We are like
Trained?
A clump of
Yeah,
cells.
I guess trained to just go to the phone. This is
Oh, right. What's the word? I don't know.
You guys you guys ever open an app, go through it, close it, and then immediately open it
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Horrifying.
It's yeah.
People want to talk about AI. It's been done.
So I stay away from my phone.
It's
now.
been done for years. Every time I do that, and I don't do it often, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. I don't know. But when I do, I want to die.
Yeah.
I want to throw my phone in a river.
It's
The
sad.
Sun River. That's where he works.
River Road.
Whoa.
Don't show up at
Oh.
Sun River, Alaska.
Whoa.
We were playing golf yesterday, and I was having a mental breakdown. But I kept it internal. But he's known me for a while, so it was external to him. And he saw me take a swing. Just what's going on?
I think there's a train. I think there's an Inception train
Yeah.
coming down our street.
You don't know where it's gonna take you, because we'll meet again.
A leap of
Put a
faith.
train going. Can you CGI a train through the?
Yeah.
You can whip that up.
Actually, you know what I'm imagining? Just a JPEG image of Thomas the Tank Engine just floating through the screen right now. If you can
Well,
do
don't
that.
spoil it for
You don't even have to
everybody.
go to After Effects. Cut that out if you want. He saw me.
Whoa! That'll be for later. When
Wait,
the
no,
train
that's
comes in.
good. Throughout the podcast, we'll just and then you just put in whatever. I'm gonna make you do
Put
a
it
lot
on
of
the
work.
fly.
Or
Land
you
on
can
your
do
shoulder.
It'll also be funny. He saw me take a swing, and he goes, "You're swaying." And I was like, "Oh, interesting. I must be swaying." I wanted to give up. I was like, "Yeah, I'm swaying." Okay.
You said you were like 3 shots away from.
I was literally like, "I'm gonna stop playing," and him and the other guy that were playing with us, just play. I'll just watch. I'll just be a bystander. I'll just enjoy the rest of my life. I'm done with this game. I'm selling my pawn.
Yeah.
My clubs. Drop me off a pawn shop. I was swaying. After that, I just could hit the golf ball. It was like a new day. It was Sarah Bareilles was
It's a
playing
new
in my ear.
dawn.
Your
That's right.
mood had changed like significantly.
Were you doing Michael Bublé?
I was.
It's funny because he has a song called Sway. I've
Really?
been thinking about it a lot recently. And, I need to stop doing that. That's all. But yeah, my day didn't do anything. Oh wait,
Oh yes.
something happened to me at work today. I was sitting in the lunchroom.
Now's the time to take your bathroom breaks, folks. Psych.
By the way, that's a bad joke because you could just skip it.
It's not bad because it's funnier if they don't, and they can.
I was at work today. I was in the library in the restricted section. Sorry.
There's like Playboys.
That's a Harry Potter reference.
Oh.
A rare piece of magic. It was called a you get it. We'll get there in like 3 months. I was sitting on this side of the cafeteria. Well, no, it was the faculty lounge. I'm out of the shot. And there was a male on the far end. I saw him the day before. I hear music now. Train is playing music. Hot. And I heard rumblings, them just talking to other teachers, and then a teacher that I knew, who knew me, said, "Hey, Rodney, you're a film production major, right?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "This guy is too." I was like, "Oh, it's like your second day here, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just graduated Utah Tech, or Alaska Tech, film production major. I'm actually, or he graduated a couple of years ago." And he was like, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool. That's so weird, random that there's 2 film majors."
Like, you think that's weird? My roommate's a film production.
Right, and he applied here and they didn't. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
That's not the funny story. Anyway, this isn't even funny. It's going to make you want to die.
Oh.
He was like, "Yeah, we're actually working on a film right now. We've been, for a while. We got some funding, whatever." And I was like, "Oh, how much did you get?" And he goes, "Oh, $40,000. And I was like, "Did you get grants? Are you in?" He's like, "No, I've been graduated for 2 years." I'm like, How did you get funding?" He's like, we just put it on Kickstarter."
Jesus.
Oh my God.
$40,000, not a loan, just people going,
Right.
"Do your thing, kiddo.
Yeah.
Go picture." It's a
That's
murder
awesome.
mystery something, and the plot is basically people are in purgatory,
Oh, great.
and
I made a film about this. It got 0 funding and it sucked.
yeah, and it's basically that. Not kidding.
That's funny.
And
Show 'em mine.
Sorry if you're watching.
they're in post-production. They're in post-production working on sound right now. And I would make fun of somebody for saying that, but they have $40,000, so they absolutely have a sound mixer.
Well, I'd be upset if I came up with a story and put it on Kickstarter and got nothing. Not to assume that if I did, I would get money.
But how do you that kid
I'm also
must,
lazy.
That kid, by the way, I hope to become friends with this kid.
Bring him over.
Although he seems like
Yeah. I was gonna spell it like people don't know how to spell.
No. Wait, I'm not implying what you're about to say. I'm talking about like a film student. You know what I mean?
Right.
How some of them carry themselves.
Yeah.
Um,
Annoying.
Sure. he didn't seem like overly mean or standoffish. He seems like a nice guy. But like it's his second day there. People don't know him, and they were like, "Oh, what's your film about?" And if I was asked that, I'd say, "Oh, it's a murder mystery. It's a little comedy, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
He went through like the whole plot, like bang 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 bang, and I was
Right.
like,
See, that's why you got the funding. Now, if I had $40,000 in
I
the
also
bank,
hate myself if I do that.
if I had $40,000 in the bank working at a school, I would. If anyone asked me what it's about, I'd just be like, "It's about fuck yourself." How about that?
I don't think you would say that in a school.
I tell him to go watch my movie. Please.
Yeah, you want to go watch?
But I said,
get
hey,
your
can
tickets
I-
now.
I
Oh,
lo-
it's sold out. Sorry.
I said, "Hey, I'd love to see some of it at some point." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And I hope he doesn't think I was hitting on him because I wasn't. I was genuinely interested because it's about the art at the end of the day.
Right.
I'm
and
also
I love
into
art.
women. But I'm not. That's nothing wrong with that.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I just thought that really just when he said 40,000, I went, "Oh, really?" But in my mind, I went, "Wow, okay."
You're just like, yeah, I went to Penn State. They give us some money too. We're just
I mean-
hoping that he didn't ask how much.
They did give us
They
some
did.
money, $200. And we could say this now that we've been long gone. We just pocketed the money. Can we say that? Cut it?
Well, we spent it on gas.
Did we?
Yeah.
I didn't drive.
Well, I spent it on gas, and then you, in turn, paid for a third of the television we have in our living room. And I didn't have to chip in.
Insane.
So that was it was spent on gas, Maura.
So she probably is watching.
Probably. I sent it to everybody.
It was overpriced anyway. It's
Yeah, gas was expensive back in the day.
But yeah.
your degree.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I had no problem stealing that money.
Yeah. Yeah, you just had to take it.
I was just about to bring up
Thanks.
other people who said they needed funding, but we don't have to get into that because there's a chance they could be watching. And I don't want to make an enemy out of a friend.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Bars. But yeah, $40,000. It makes me think we should just try, I guess.
No, come on.
Well,
don't sell out.
I take it. Well, we got the Oscars up here. I mean, we're trying to do something. But yeah. Anyway.
I have a fun story, and it's going to end with a boring ending. But this is what I did today. So I was just thinking of things I wanted to do with my time because I sit at home with nothing to do before work, and I'm just getting more and more anxious and bored. So I went to the record store.
Wow.
Oh, great. Rodney's on the phone.
Awesome.
Probably texting his new best friend asking for some money.
No, you go to the bathroom.
I know what app he's on. It's disgusting. So I went to... Sorry about the throat sound you just got in the microphone. I went to the record store today, and I bought 2 new albums for $20 each and 6 used albums in the used section for $2 each. Mm-hmm. So I was like, in my head, I wasn't keeping track because I just was like, $2, whatever. I've got so much money in my wallet, it doesn't make a difference to me. This is forced spending. Don't feel bad, Harrison. So I was like, it'll
cost fallacy.
Yes. So it went, I was like, this will be around $50. So I went up to the cash register, and the lady, the cute gal behind the counter was like, that'll be $30. And I was like, there's no way. So I figured, so what I did when I set them down is I sandwiched the old ones in between the new ones. So there was a new one for $20, then $2, $2, then a new one on the bottom.
On purpose?
No.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm assuming, I told her, I was like, oh wait, did you scan this one on the bottom? That was new. And I went to reach for it, and I pulled out the bottom one, and it was a $2 one. So I was like, wait a second, where is this album that I thought I had? So I told her, like, sorry, I thought I had like a new one on the bottom here, but I don't. I'll just buy these, and I'll go find where I set it down. She was like, okay, no problem. And I walked around the store, and I couldn't find it. Luckily, and part of me was like, where the hell did I put this?
Do you think maybe it disappeared?
Or you just put it back?
I might have. I was so confused. I was like, how did I manage to pick up the stack of all the albums and not pick up one? So, sorry. Luckily, like I said, it was a new album, and there was a second copy of it on the shelf. So I just grabbed the second copy, and I went up to pay for it. I was just like, sorry in advance to whoever finds it. It's in the wrong spot. I don't know where it is, but I'll buy this. I went into the car to look over the albums I bought, because I bought so many I couldn't even keep track. So I looked over all of them, and I realized the original one, was in the stack. So now I have 2 albums, and one I didn't pay for. And it's not like you go to Walmart and accidentally buy or like steal toothpaste where it's like,
I have to buy toothpaste today. Sorry.
I'm going to use it, whatever. It's an album. Like, why the hell would I need 2 of these?
Yeah.
So I went back in, and I looked at the receipt, and I realized, because I was thinking that she just counted it, because like the used ones don't have barcodes. They just charge them for $2 each. I figured she just counted it and was like, here, that's a $2 one, when it really wasn't. But I went back in, and I realized she didn't see it at all, and obviously neither did I. So I just took the old one back, and I was like, hey, I found it. I had it, but you didn't charge me for it, so here you go. And
wow, what a nice guy you are.
And she was just like, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. And I was just like, well, kiss me on the lips, and I'll be out of here.
Whoa.
And then I left. But anyway, so like I said.
Did she charge you for it?
No. Because I figured if she had, it would have been $2. But
you could have sold that on eBay for $10.
But I was just like, I don't need this, and it seems like such a hassle. Because it's an album that I know, like I hadn't seen before, and I wanted for a while, and I knew my cousin wanted it. And if I was back in Pennsylvania, I would have just stolen it. But I was like, I could take it and ship it to him, but it'll cost me $20 to ship. So
Utah's changing you.
Why bother? I know. Well, I called my parents, and I told them that story. Like, hey, I had this second album, but I went back in and traded it, or like gave it back to her. My dad's like, don't steal. And I was like, yeah, I did. That's why I just told you this whole story about how I didn't steal.
Well, he's an officer of the law.
Yeah, that's true. But
the good ones.
He did it the other day, because not that it's all about record stores, but just a similar story. I went to the record store like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't buy anything because I was looking for a Christmas gift for my cousin. And I was like, well, I was looking for this album, and they had it, but it was $30. I decided not to buy it. And my dad's like, you need to save your money. And I was like, right. That's why I just told you a story about how I decided not to buy something because it was too expensive.
Avid watcher of the show, right?
That's true.
Hi.
But I told him that on the phone. So, hello.
You were right. You were right, by the way.
What?
Bad ending.
Yeah, no, it's a nothing story, but it was interesting.
You got a story that goes nowhere?
Nope.
No, nothing.
I really don't. I literally my whole life has just been working golf.
And those two, by the way, are synonymous with each other.
They are.
Golf is work. Except
work
if you're
is golf.
Rodney.
That's why I can golf.
Love is love.
Shake that off.
Sometimes I just like the Taylor Swift. Nice. Want to talk about Super Bowl?
Nope.
Next.
Thank you. Next, Ariana Grande. Want to talk about ugly men? She's married?
Was that a shot at Mac Miller?
No.
He's dead.
Right.
Yeah, you can't talk about him like that.
Sorry. Pete Davidson murdered him.
Can
in
we
my
cancel
opinion.
him from the grave because of that Donald Trump song?
They tried to do that with
George Washington.
Well, him, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson.
You ever see the Bill Maher
John Wayne.
bit? I wanted to say bit, but it's on his podcast.
New roll.
Where he's like, if we're gonna cancel, Washington for having slaves or whatever, why aren't we canceling Jesus for not condoning it?
Not condoning what?
Slavery. Or condoning
Right.
not condoning
Not
it.
saying anything against it.
Because he says, like, in the Bible, like, there's a bunch of rules about slavery, but there's no rule that says don't do it.
Yeah.
But his point was, like, it's not because they thought it was good. It literally never crossed their minds that it was bad.
Yeah.
Because
just
they're
so
like,
natural.
if somebody was like, well, we should not do this. And like, yeah, but who's going to carry the big boulder to the other side of the room?
That's a bit. That's
Not
funny.
my bit. But you could steal it because he's a prick.
New roll. Yeah, I said that already.
Say the other thing he said.
I'm a house. Boop. Let's cut that, folks. I'll put a cut there and pretend like I actually said it.
I went to Chick-fil-A today. It's a great day for Chick-fil-A. Why don't they say that here?
Who says that ever?
You ever go into a Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
and they say it's a great day for Chick-fil-A?
No. What are you living in a musical?
Actually, they don't sing it.
You're thinking of Moe's.
Huh?
You're thinking of Moe's.
No. They don't
It's
say
a great day for
Moe's.
most.
They say welcome
By
to
the way,
Moe's.
that's Greg Daniels on the first day of shooting of season 2.
Oh, it's that's what Ned's Declassified said.
Why don't you put that Zin back?
Yeah, I know. It fell out. I
Are
was
we
so happy.
okay?
What?
I don't know. I feel like there's a chaotic energy right now.
That's what Ned's Declassified said on season 1 of Ned's Declassified. Did you ever have that as like, just real quick, like Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide? Like, that's all one title, obviously, but like I would abbreviate it as just Ned's Declassified. But that really doesn't make sense, as that would be the abbreviation because
what I called it, too.
declassified what? But it's just, it
I
didn't
just
hit me till I
remember-
was like 14, where I was like, yeah, I guess it didn't make sense that I just called it that.
I just remember the episode where like he finally started dating Susie Crabgrass, or he was dating, and then the girl is
Moe's.
and then like professed their love, and I was like, classic.
Dude, Crabgrass is hot.
Sorry,
Crabgrass.
she was a child.
When I was 8
Oh, okay.
and watched the show. But I had the same thing with, like, I would call Lemony Snicket's on series of unfortunate events. We would just call it Lemony Snicket's.
You don't call Ron Howard's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Just call it the
We
Grinch.
just call it Ron Howard's.
Well, that's the example.
Yeah.
It's like Anyway, I went to Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
didn't
yes.
say the thing.
Back to this story.
Me and my mom went there, and you know how they you go there to the drive-thru and they're outside. Yes. And there's 2 lanes. This is
Two-lane,
this
college
Is this is
in
again a story that goes nowhere, but it was
Orleans.
pretty funny at the time. The guy was like, "Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A. How may I assist you?" And then there was a truck behind him that went, "Vroom!" And he went, "Holy shit!"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Chick-fil-A said the shit word?
Yeah. And we were like,
You're going to hell,
yeah,
motherfucker!
we were like, and he was like, like he was fully in it. Like he wasn't like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He was like,
Yeah.
and then we were like, "We'll take a number 1." And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know what?
I'm so sorry." And then that was it.
I had a
And
boring...
then he made us drive while we took the order. He was like, "Can we walk and talk?"
I had a boring Chick-fil-A story the other day. I went there last week.
Mine
and
wasn't boring.
I paid him... Yeah, I didn't say it was, but mine
Title
was...
of the episode: The Boring One.
The boring story.
Add the stutter in there too.
I went the other day, and now that I'm buying all my stuff with cash, I was like, the guy outside, I was like, can I pay with cash? And he's like, yeah, no problem. I can take your cash right here. And then we took my order. He goes, actually, it's not working. You do have to go to the front and pay with cash. But you know what that reminds me of? You're gonna have to pull a video up here.
Yeah, I do.
Look up. I don't know how to say this, but
On YouTube.
yeah, black
Oop.
news reporter.
This should be.
Bug. I'm only including the race because it'll narrow things down for the old algorithm. Yeah. This is the guy. This is the Chick-fil-A guy today.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High
Never
School
seen
that
this.
led to Chris Wood's death? What is that? Shit! I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town.
I love the immediate like dropping of the anger.
Yeah, I know. My mouth. The fuck, I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out of this country, motherfucker. I can't.
Why did they not cut it?
Well, this isn't on air, right? This is like a blooper. It's like we'll do it. Oh, bronchitis. Ain't nobody got that.
But yeah, that's the Chick-fil-A guy who has to drop the act and say, "Holy shit!"
Right, exactly. Yeah, but what were we saying?
That's it.
Yeah, the food was good.
I love Chick-fil-A. What do you? Did I tell you this? When I went last week.
Did you flip me off?
I pointed at you with my middle finger.
Actually, you're flipping Silas off.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Yeah.
It's very rude.
Yeah. Take
Who would win in
the
fight,
hint.
Silas or Ferris Bueller? One's a murder.
Me versus Ferris Bueller or me versus Harris?
Well, yeah, one is murder.
Harris Bueller.
Oh, Harris Brinker. Gay off.
What?
Gay. I'm gay. So. Well, I know you know.
That's a good way to flip that.
What the hell were we talking about?
Nothing. Boring stories.
The Oscars.
Is that a good transition?
Yeah. That's what Caitlyn Jenner said. Also a murderer, folks. The Oscars. I'll let Rod
and the honorary Oscar for best transition goes to Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, there's really not much to talk about because you haven't seen. Okay, well, let's do this first.
Well, this is why you're taking over the bit.
Let's do this first.
Seen this.
The Oscar. I thought maybe that was Margot coming in to say she got snubbed. I
got snubbed down under.
I don't think you can record that. You are now canceled.
Was that racist?
I don't.
Yeah, how come you can do an
you do an
Australian
accent?
accent, but you can't do like an African accent?
No, I think you can't now.
You are gay. I'll do the rest of the episode in. Remember
that was your Andrew Tate.
In an African accent.
I hate this.
That's how they talk.
I don't condone.
Voodoo.
Actor in a leading role. How many of these movies have you seen?
One.
Sorry?
One.
Yeah. Okay. Maestro. Haven't seen it. Not really interested. Rustin. Ever even heard of it?
No.
Yeah.
Rustin.
The
I
Holdovers.
never heard of that guy.
Oh.
No.
Sorry. You will though.
Now Domingo. Is he Spanish?
Coleman Domingo. He's black. He might be half black, half Spanish. I don't know yet.
Just because that means
Investigate.
Sunday.
I plan on Googling that.
That means Sunday in Spanish. You know this.
It does.
But that'd be funny if white
Killian
guys
and then
like
Jeffrey
this
Wright,
Sunday.
American Fiction is the lead of that movie. American Fiction, the author movie. I'll say this before we do our. Should we announce this? By the way, first of all, plug the new channel. Almost into the entirety.
We might put it in the intro, folks. We won't, folks.
We won't do
Obviously,
anything.
you're watching this episode, and if you care enough to change channels, you made it this far.
Yeah. Is this the second to last
This will
or the third to last?
third to last. Okay. So this is episode 15. It's uploaded on both Olive Word Productions and Totem Pod, whose link is in the description. And by episode 17 will be the last episode uploaded on Olive Word Productions. So get your views in on this channel as much as you want. But episode 18 will be the first one to be uploaded on Totem Pod. So by then, you'll have to be subscribed and watch. Or don't subscribe. Whatever.
And we're going to announce this, assuming we can do it. On this channel, we're going to live stream Oscar Watch Party.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That'll be on Sunday, so you guys will both be home by the time they start.
And
Oh, I close Sundays now.
I don't know if we've ever said this, but
matter,
obviously the movie reviews will still be on this channel in perpetuity.
Yeah, and they're also not reviews, and you keep doing that.
Reactions. Some of them are reviews.
Well,
if you've seen it once.
Reaction is now it's a contentious. It's okay.
You know what we're talking about. There's only one other kind of video on the channel.
I will say this. I'll have you guys watch the movies I think you would like that I also think might have a chance. I won't waste your time with something I think you would like that doesn't have a chance and that you wouldn't like. So Holdovers and American Fiction you guys will have seen by the time the Oscars roll around in March.
Let me ask this. Obviously in this, I'm pushing for Killian. So in this category, I would say, well, I've already seen Oppenheimer. I don't need to see anything else. But in another category, it might be The Holdovers. So,
but I don't want you to watch it so you have someone to root for. I just want you to watch it so you have, like if Paul Giamatti wins, you can't be like, because you didn't see it.
Right.
Is my point. So if you see it, then you can go, I want to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't know if Paul Giamatti's better.
I guess I was just saying more like how many categories are we taking seriously enough to do that with? Because,
well, I'll just tell you right now, it's a toss-up between Giamatti and Murphy is what I'm hearing. And the thing, what I'll say about Coleman Domingo is back to the Jonathan Majors of it all. Sounds like he might be taking over the reins.
Oh, really?
A little recast.
Domingo.
Yeah, you want to see him?
Yeah.
Cole.
African American Spanish guy. Now, would it be rude? Well, it would be rude. No, I won't even say it.
Oh yeah, look.
I'm laughing at my
Keep in
joke,
mind, he
not the
doesn't have to
picture.
look like Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Was he not in anything else I know?
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
don't
he
know
looks
who this guy
familiar.
is. He kind of looks like. Well, that would probably be offensive too. Who's the guy that sang the Ghostbusters song?
Bill Murray?
I
I don't know.
That
know.
guy.
Yeah, but this guy might be taking over for Jonathan Majors.
That'd be cool.
He's got a cool face. He's got a friendly face.
He was. I mean, I've seen The Color Purple. He's the best part of The Color Purple. He's very mean. That's it. He's got a what face?
Friendly.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because he's going to be a villain. And Jeffrey Wright, he's great. Okay, supporting. Here's where things get a little
Spicy.
Barbie-esque. You've seen Barbie?
I sure have.
Is this deserved?
I mean, he's so good.
He's
man.
the best.
He's
a genius.
so good.
And here's the thing. Okay, here's the short. Future me. Margot was not nominated for Best Actress. She's nowhere to be found. Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
tough.
Greta was not nominated for Best Director. Nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
Who was snubbed? Not Margot. Not even a little bit. Because from what I've heard, these 5 people are incredible and amazing. The reason why she fell out is because the Academy made an attempt to get much more diverse and international. So this woman right here got nominated for Best Actress, and she is in a foreign film. So weren't we saying that this should be a thing that should happen?
Like Best Actress in a foreign film.
I'm just saying, like, those are movies too. Not every movie has to be an American-made movie.
Yeah.
American-made.
Great movie.
Great movie, underrated. Tom Cruise, Movie Pass era. Only reason we saw that. And I saw this point being made about why Margot wasn't nominated. This is not my point, but I thought it was a good point. I told you I didn't tell you.
Because she's white.
Somebody said, I'm pretty sure that's 4 white people and a Native American.
Well, you said diverse. That's well. Anyway, go on.
International more so than diverse. Somebody said, like, some people were saying, well, if Margot didn't get nominated, people missed the point of Barbie, like, about women, blah blah blah. The point that this man was making was no. People got the point of Barbie years before Barbie was made, because all these movies are very well written female-led movies, which is the point of Barbie. And these movies are the reason why Margot didn't get nominated, because there are strong 5 female performers that were better than her.
Right. That's
And
ironic.
they got the message of that movie before the movie was even made.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with that, but I thought that was an interesting take.
Yep. That's fair.
I like it.
Now, does this matter? This is insane.
Yeah, I don't
I
even remember
don't
her
know
from
who
the
that
movie.
is.
Okay, Ugly Betty. Ring a bell.
Oh,
Ring a
yes.
bell, Betty. She
Rings a bell. I mean, he literally rings a bell. Face Off. Breaking Bad. Season 4. Episode 10.
in the movie, America Ferrera plays a mom.
Oh, she's a mom, yeah. That's absurd. She got this.
Now she has, listen, without question, she has like the moment in terms of acting in the movie. She has a monologue about how hard it is to be a woman.
A
and it's
monologue.
absolutely. And it's this very great scene where she's hyping up all the Barbies. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's awesome. If Margot Robbie had that monologue, she would have been nominated. But Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach wrote that great monologue and gave it to a supporting character. And they gave the rest of the best funny dialogue to Ryan Gosling. Mm-hmm. So if you want to blame somebody for Margot's snub, blame Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, was nominated for Best Screenplay. And Margot was also nominated for being a producer on the movie. So they weren't snubbed because they were nominated.
Now, I've thought this for a while, like after watching, I don't know if it's a film production
I love
thing.
Barbie, by the way. It's a great movie.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's a film production thing or what, but just like peeling behind the curtain, like when you watch shows, like
You did it
great
again.
shows.
Peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, but you peel it.
No.
So
You don't.
you peel a banana. So, like Breaking Bad, that scene. Do you remember when Hank's in the hospital and what's happening?
Sign language.
Okay. So, do you remember that scene of Breaking Bad? Well, Hank gets shot by the cousins, and he's in the hospital, and then like Marie is worried about him, and Bryan Cranston has the monologue while they're eating dinner in the cafeteria or whatever, eating in the cafeteria, and he goes, "This is the hospital I was at, and every green light, we got every green light." Now it's just like, I wish they were red. Where it's just like, and same thing with like Jesse, Aaron Paul had like he basically got his Emmy because of that scene of him in the hospital bed. Like, everything I have turns to shit because of the great Heisenberg. Yeah. I think a monologue is a shoe-in for like, here's your Emmy.
Monologue in something that's already like the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in Breaking Bad, that's like that's like in the middle of the series run, right?
Yeah, that
Those
was.
scenes.
I think that was season 3.
If you give someone a season 1 monologue, maybe they won't win. But by the time you're Aaron Paul and you get that chance,
I mean, and it was. It's not to say that it wasn't deserving.
Of course,
as Rodney would say,
it was.
But it's just like seems like an easy way. It just seems like an easier way to prove that you're good at acting. But it's like, is that not that it's not deserved because he's a great actor, and if that's what gave it away, fine. But like, I don't know, just that like a monologue seems like an easy way to just be like, look how great it is.
Right, but you know what's tough? Deciphering people who write those scenes genuinely and people who write those scenes knowing that they're gonna be like, wait till you see it is. Yeah, that's tough. Because you could say that the Barbie scene felt like that. It doesn't matter. She got nominated. I just want to make this point. People are just finding out now that the Oscars don't like big budget movies. Because Top Gun Maverick made the same amount of money, was the same phenomenon. Joseph Kosinski didn't get nominated for Best Director. Tom Cruise didn't get nominated for Best Actor.
I cried 6 times.
In a world where
like a baby,
both of them were like, people were like, they should. It wasn't like a joke. It wasn't like Avengers or something. It was like, no, this is like an unbelievable achievement. They're flying planes.
Right.
Who's flying the plane? I say that every 10 episodes.
Now I'm driving the bus.
And they didn't get nominated. And I was pissed off, but that's the way it goes. They don't care about those movies. Yeah. They give them Best Picture, and they'll give them a cinematography or an adapted screenplay, and then they move on with their lives, and they give it to an Oppenheimer or an American Fiction or a movie you've never heard of. That's the way the Oscars have worked for how many years?
75 or something?
Well, I was going to say 96, but that's not entirely true because movies like Star Wars and Rocky used to compete for Best Picture. Like in 77, where they did compete, and Rocky beat Star Wars.
Golden Globes for 75.
I didn't know that. No. Yeah, like Stallone won for Best Actor, an Oscar.
I love that.
Yeah, can we get back to that?
I like that.
Wouldn't you watch the Oscars?
Yeah.
His movies we actually cared about. Well, we talked about this the other day.
Well,
like,
to be fair, there's a lot here.
I understand they're not being
this was just a great year for movies.
I understand they're not being like a best comedy, and we talked about this more in the sense of like, yeah, but then you would have to split it into like best drama, best horror.
I just have to, just a quick sidebar. This is the craziest nomination of all of them. I get it, he's a legend, but Dial of Destiny. That's the whole movie.
And
That's
well, he's never won an Oscar.
Well, this guy's about to win. The new John
Just kidding.
Williams.
That was a joke.
This guy's about to win.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah. But so like obviously there's not a comedy category. Like I keep saying obviously. We talked about this the other day that, okay, well, if you do that, then why wouldn't we have a drama or horror or whatever? Right. But it's also like they do snub comedies. I mean, you would never
films.
see what?
I mean, comedies get nominated more than horror movies.
Because I guess Ryan Gosling got Best Supporting Actor, but like how often do you see?
Comedy.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. How often do you really see like a comedy where the actor's like, "Wow, that was a great performance"?
Marissa
in that
Tomei.
comedy.
One.
Oh yeah. Oh,
For My Cousin Vinny.
There goes my theory.
Well, I mean that was a long time ago. American Fiction is mostly a comedy, and Jeffrey Wright, who got nominated, is mostly comedic in the movie.
Okay, well then I like that.
But it's rare. It's few and far between. I remember people saying that. Did you see Us, the Jordan Peele movie?
Yeah. In the theater.
Me too. It scared the shit out of me. I didn't love the movie, but it scared the hell out of me. Lupita Nyong'o, is that how you say her name? The girl who played the tethered girl, and then the other, like they all played.
Right. No. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
People were saying she should have been nominated, and I couldn't agree more. She played two different people, and it was insanity what she was doing in that movie. Can we talk about the fact that he's gonna have to sing this on the stage? Right. That's what happens. I'm pretty sure they all perform these movies.
Oh yeah, the rah 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 or whatever.
That's why he was upset. He got
RRR.
Yeah, right.
Not to. Oh yeah, that's why it was that look in his face where he's like, I'm gonna have to sing this.
Numa.
Yeah.
Now what about this? I think considering.
Have you guys seen Bradley Cooper sing A Star Is Born song at the Oscars?
No. Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
You never saw that?
I don't think so.
Bro, everyone was like, they're gonna kiss, and his wife was in the front row.
But speaking of like shoe-ins with a monologue, like this is just something I stole the other day, a theory about like how hard is it? Like Cillian Murphy, I hope wins for Oppenheimer because that's the only movie I've
Agreed. Him or Giamatti, I would be happy with.
But isn't it easier? Let's just think about an actor. Isn't it easier
Hold on. Got it.
for an actor like Cillian Murphy to play a person who already existed compared to
This is the age-old argument.
Jeffrey Wright to
Or-
come up with a guy who's never existed, or Paul Giamatti to just come up with his
I know
own
you're gonna
character?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's definitely easier because you can look at things and like take away mannerisms, but because that's what Cillian Murphy talked about. He was talking about it on interviews. He was watching like YouTube videos of his old lectures and stuff.
But the problem he said
pull
with
from it.
that is that that's not Oppenheimer. That's Oppenheimer performing.
Right.
I would say inherently it is easier to play someone who's already existed, but you are ripe for way more criticism because you're like, that's not
Definitely,
Oppenheimer.
yeah.
That's Cillian Murphy.
Well, I
Where
guess
it's like Paul Giamatti is who? Nobody.
And more so, because I don't want to make it sound like, oh, Cillian Murphy had an easier job. It's more so for the sake of the Academy or people watching it. It's easier for people to watch it and go, that was just like Cillian, or that was just like the real Oppenheimer, as opposed to someone like Paul Giamatti. You can't really compare that to anyone. Yeah. The only thing that comes to mind, I'm sure this has happened more often, but like Heath Ledger, you can pull up clips of. What's that guy's name? Tom Waits. Like the interviews with Tom Waits where it's like, oh, he's doing that. Like you can obviously see the inspiration, and Heath Ledger won the Oscar for that. But yeah, so not that it's like, oh, it's easier and that's a bad thing to pull off like a real person, because it obviously has its cons of like it's harder to like pick and choose what you're actually going to act as. But for the sake of like a judge to be able to say, Cillian Murphy did a good job acting because I have something to base it on, rather than Paul Giamatti, who I have nothing to base it on. It's like, is that whatever?
Would you say it's harder for a director to direct an actor who's acting from nothing? Because like, what's his name? Alexander Payne, who directed The Holdovers, is telling Paul Giamatti, this is how I think this person who isn't real should act. As opposed to Christopher Nolan being like, we know how Oppenheimer would act in this scene.
Right. Well, I've thought
it
that
does
too.
Just give them more freedom too.
But that can go so bad if you're not a good actor.
I've thought that even like
I don't know. Now I don't know what's harder.
Film
That's
production.
hard to just come up from nothing.
Yeah.
Just be like, this is the character.
Film production major here. Like writing scripts. I've always said I don't want to direct, but it's like if I really because there's scripts that I've written. And it's just like, I would have a hard time just giving this away and saying, here, you direct it. Because it's like, no, when I wrote it, I know exactly how they would say this line.
But the problem with that is you're writing with the direction in mind.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Which we shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, so it's hard to imagine, like, because it's not just Paul Giamatti and not just the director. It's the guy that wrote The Holdovers. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that was the same
Alexander
guy.
Payne didn't write it. It's somebody else. So.
Yeah, so it's like writing that script and having an idea in your head and then giving it to the director and he has an idea and then having him try to direct Paul Giamatti is just like, okay, now you're not in control anymore. It's just, I don't know.
Right. Okay. Now I get to rant.
Please.
So these are the best pictures. Full disclosure, I haven't seen all of them. Okay.
Okay.
And it was just announced that Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming out in 2026, I believe. It's supposed to come out 2024. It's getting
what one just came out?
Across. So it went Into, Across, and Beyond is the last one. And I've seen people saying, you know, it's a great movie. It might get nominated, blah, blah, blah. But I think they're going to Return to the King it and nominate Beyond the Spider-Verse. Because, you know, Return to the King is the Lord of the Rings. So it got nominated. The last one did. Even though people say the first one should have been and the second one. The second one's my favorite.
The old Martin Scorsese got nominated for Departed.
I will bet you $10 million Beyond the Spider-Verse will not get nominated for Best Picture. Do you know why? Don't overthink it.
Because it's an animation. Or
what
animated.
The hell does it matter if a movie is animated? I do not understand. Across the Spider-Verse, I'm almost positive, was the highest grossing comic book movie of this past year. And it's animated. And it's about a half black, half Puerto Rican Spider-Man that isn't Peter Parker about a stupid multiverse with a pig that talks. And let's just take a gander. What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is on Across the Spider-Verse?
94.
98.
Who knows? Let's just see what it is. Let's just see. Oh, it's a 95.
Oh, Price is Right. I was going for your audience.
This is like, I feel like it's a fact one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah, I
Like,
loved it.
without question. Yeah. The animation style, these animators almost died like making this movie. Like they had to be like, it's gonna come out next year. Actually, no, wait 2 more years because we can't do this. Yeah. And I can't wait to watch it with you because there's some stuff in the movie that like. I'm not saying like plot points or just things that I never thought I'd see with my own eyes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And
a talking pig.
Yeah, exactly. You leave that movie. Harrison, this is a good movie for you, probably.
Don't talk to me.
You leave that movie. This one right here.
Oh.
You leave that movie. Like, okay, look, just talk for a second while I.
We are talking about movies. Ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Make sure to comment down below what you thought.
So here's the first one. The first one made $400 million. It surprised the hell out of everybody. Okay.
Against the $90 million budget.
Right. So it made money, but it was a little baby movie. Okay. So 5 years later, people are like, really? 5 years later? You're gonna wait 5 years to make this movie? $700 million made more money than Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Tom Cruise himself. And this isn't one of the 10 best movies of the year. Yeah, because it's a cartoon. Why are we doing? Why? I hate this.
I don't know.
I hate everything about it.
Yeah, me too.
I hate it.
Now, how do you feel about like?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think.
Toy Story 3 was the last one. That was 14 years ago.
But like,
what are we doing? 14 years?
I think they might have an argument against like nominating an actor for a voice acting role.
There should be voice acting categories.
Oh, that'd be fun.
There should be stunt person categories and voice acting categories.
I could at least see that if they were like, hey, the voice actor for this, like, we're not going to give him best actor because he just did the voices. It was up to the animators to do that. So I get that logic that I just made up.
Of course.
So I think they're taking that and putting it into somehow that coincides with Best Picture, like it's animation.
Well, no, I just think that it's just like a snobby look at it. It's like it took them this long to nominate a movie like Top Gun Maverick. It's going to take 10 more years for them to even consider nominating a movie. Dude, I'm telling you, Beyond the Spider-Verse could make $1 billion, and it might, the way this is going, and it could have 100% Rotten Tomatoes. It won't sniff it. It won't sniff it. Yeah. It's insane to me what
I sniffed when you said that.
What they do to these poor animated movies. I hate it. I mean, I'm sorry. We're gonna pretend like is Avatar a live action movie or is it animated? Seriously,
that's a great point.
I mean, yeah,
it's an animated movie with live action people in it. It's Roger Rabbit, but because it's James Cameron, we'll throw him a bone.
Yeah, that's actually CGI.
By the way, that's crazy.
It's not animation.
That movie gets nominated, but they're like, it's not gonna win anything. That's
wait, what?
Avatar.
Oh,
like he didn't even show up.
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. He's like, he didn't even show up because he knows he can't win. It's like, that's crazy that a movie like that can't win anything either. Yeah. And here I am complaining about something that I knew wasn't going to happen, and it's a private organization that does whatever they want. It means nothing. Yeah. It's just popular. Yeah. I mean, what is an Oscar? Who is Oscar? Meyer, Wiener,
it's like
or
the
Grouch?
Federal Reserve.
Sure. It's just stupid, and I hate it. It's wait, what is it? What's the thing from Spider-Man?
He stinks, and I don't like him.
Yeah, the Oscars stink, and I don't like him, but I'll watch him.
And you can see it on this channel. Stream. Well, All Aboard Productions.
It's just so
unless
annoying.
We can figure out a way to do it on both.
I'm so tired of it. I watched that movie. When it ended, I just sat. Do you remember that? You looked at me, and I was in complete silence. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Complete silence.
Yeah. And the third one's going to be great, unless it's not. To put a bow on the Margot Robbie thing, again, this isn't my point. I told this both to you, but I want to say it on air. People were saying, like, you didn't complain when Christian Bale wasn't nominated when Heath Ledger was. What's the difference? The movie's called Barbie. Barbie didn't get nominated.
Because it's
the
about
Dark
feminism,
Knight.
and this is anti-feminist.
Yeah.
As if the Oscars are far right.
By the way, I said right. It couldn't be more. And by the way, it's like, oh, they snubbed Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, two people who have perennially been nominated for every Oscar in the book.
Yeah.
It's not like a first-time female director that they're like, not your year, Greta.
And then Hillary Clinton.
She's got 9 Oscar nominations. Jordan Peele.
She did. Oh.
No, that's not true. Do you know who has like double-digit Oscar noms? You'll never guess.
Meryl Streep.
Very famous actor.
Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep.
Bradley Cooper.
Really? Oh. For The Hangover.
No. No. He has
Silver Linings.
He has like a ton of producing.
Oh yeah.
He produced Joker.
Really?
Crazy.
Oh, him and Todd Phillips.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Brad Pitt's first Oscars for 12 Years a Slave.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
A white man.
Damn. Ridiculous.
But I was thinking that, like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I probably am. But it is funny, like based on the first thing you said about the Oscars argument about like they're trying to diversify more. Like obviously that's more of a liberal thing to be like we're going to purposely diversify. It's funny in that to then get rid of Margot Robbie. If that was their
don't get me
modus
wrong, the
operandi.
irony is hilarious.
Yeah, they're like, we need to be more diverse, and then you have a movie that's super pro-feminism, like satirical about patriarchy, and then it's like, well, not you.
Now, I remember when people were saying like, No Way Home should be nominated for an Oscar. I was like, I would love to see it, but guys, let's relax.
Right.
I know why we love it, and it made $1 billion in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah. That's where it's like. The whole Return of the King thing, people go like, well, they just threw Return of the King a bone at the end. No, it won every category.
Well, let's say this.
It won every single Oscar. It's not like they were like, here's your nomination. It won everything.
Budget or box office doesn't necessarily mean it was a good movie. Because you buy the ticket before you see the movie.
1,000,000%. However, they do reward that when it's something crazy like an Avatar.
Or Titanic.
Right. And people were saying...
Titanic was actually awesome, though.
People were saying... Shout out to James Cameron.
I mean, he's great.
People were saying...
Terminator
2.
I'll be back again.
He didn't direct the first one.
James Cameron did? Oh, yeah, Catherine Bigelow. No, that's not true. I can't remember who
That's
did.
his ex. It's a lot of film production.
She was a producer, though. He did... okay, whatever.
What was I saying?
Don't know.
Oh, people were saying, like, December 2021, COVID was like up again, like the worst it's ever been, to the point where when we were going to see it, people were like, you're going to go to a theater?
Oh, yeah.
And it made $1 billion. And that's why people were like, imagine if there was no pandemic.
Right.
This could have hit $2 billion.
Do you remember, I mean, this just reminds me of that. We don't have to end the movie talk, but, like, do you remember that era of early pandemic where...
No, we could end this movie talk.
Obviously, from the beginning, it was mask. And then there was like a month where they're like, all right, we're done with masks. Because I remember going into the store. I went to Penn State Harrisburg. This was my sophomore year.
Is this 2021?
I
know
exactly. It was 2020 to 2021.
I know what you're talking about. It was outside.
Well, I just remember going to the grocery store and not having to wear a mask like 3 months. Like it was probably like September of 2020.
I don't remember that at all.
Was it during like when they were like, oh, you can't get in the summer?
I don't remember.
That's what I was talking about. We were at Penn State.
It might have been that because it might have been when I was at. I don't know. I'm forgetting the timeline. It just reminded me of that. I just know that there was an era in like early COVID where it was over for like a month and a half, and then it was like I went into Giant to buy groceries and I wasn't wearing a mask and everyone else was, and I was like, oh, we're back. And that was like before No Way Home, like right before like No Way Home and all that.
Oh, so it was 2021.
I guess.
So in 2020, when we went to, were you there in 2020, Penn State?
I was in Penn State Harrisburg.
We were there, and there was no classes, and you had to wear a mask outside.
Yeah.
And then eventually in the summer, they were like, actually, it doesn't transmit outside, so it's fine. And that's when we had to play
3 years
basketball
later,
outside.
they're like, actually, it doesn't transmit at all.
Well, that's not true, but I guess. No, I remember my dad and I going to the grocery store like pre-lockdown, but like maybe when you texted me, like I don't know if you texted me or I texted you. I said somebody has COVID in Carbondale. Do you remember that?
You texted me,
and you were like, "No way." And me and him, because
we all kind of thought it was going to be like Ebola.
Yeah. Right, or Zika. Well, that's what Nico.
It's like it doesn't really get
Nico,
to
I
us.
love you, but Nico was like, my mom's a nurse, and she was like, it's just going to be like Ebola, and it's going to go away. It's swine flu, and nobody cares. Blah, blah, blah. And I remember me and him went to the store, and he has a compromised immune system, so I had to take it very seriously. And we went in with masks and gloves, the only people. And I remember thinking, oh God, people are looking at us. This is bad. Smash cut to a week later. Everyone's wearing masks and gloves and hazmat suits and everything. It was scary. Yeah. I was definitely scared for like a week.
Well, I remember
the
first interaction with COVID, because it was like it was January 2020, whatever, like right around Kobe and all that.
Coming up on 4 years.
That's insane. The first thing was like, I just saw memes because it was like, oh, better get Lyme's disease with your coronavirus, and it was just a corona and a Lyme, like just jokes about it because it was just like a.
If I get corona, I get
China.
corona.
Yeah, that was like it was all just a joke.
I hate that guy.
Anyway. Who said it?
The guy.
It was like
the guy at the beach.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
Remember they do like super spreader parties?
Oh.
And the kid was like, if I get corona, I get corona.
Yeah, he sounds like annoying. Just based on your impression.
Did you see that Sebastian? Oh, one of the rare good Sebastian jokes in the new special, where he's like, it's these idiots that go, I'm not afraid of coronavirus. Smash cut to him on a ventilator. Get the vaccine.
Yeah. But like, well, you're saying like having texted, oh, there's the first case of it. Like that was, it was March of 2020. I went to New York to see Joe List record his comedy special. And
how many people were there? Like 10?
Who?
It was full. Come on. It was Joe List recording his comedy special. Met Mark Norman, greatest day of my life. Didn't talk to Louis C.K., but he was there. And that was the day the first case of it was in New York. It was like March 1st or something like that.
Ground zero,
first day
if you
of
will.
March. Right. Well, they have one of those already. But yeah, I just remember driving to New York and
Ground
seeing
one.
first case of corona reported in New York City, and it's just like interesting. This is where whatever. It's just funny that it, like I went there that day. It was the first case.
I got our
Maybe you brought it.
I got our utility bill. Just so you
I'm not paying that.
Every month.
So what month was that?
March.
Hilarious, because it was there in what, December? Like, isn't that like we all know now it was here in 2019? But
Oh,
like,
right,
we weren't
yeah.
testing.
Well, because that's what everyone said. Well, my dad was really sick,
And he
like
couldn't
back in
taste anything.
January,
We
but
were,
we
like,
just
shocked.
thought nothing of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but that's
It was
that's
there
just
during
funny.
the ball drop. Millions of people touching and kissing. Like, it's crazy.
But yeah, that's funny too, though, because also just like that was my first year of college, and I was like, you know what? I live right by the train station. Like I live right. Penn State Harrisburg runs right with the Amtrak trains, and I went to New York City, and then I went to Philly, and then I went to Baltimore. And when we were that was spring break, Baltimore, and we were in the Phillips seafood restaurant, and that's when
Seafood Hoffman.
And that's when it was me and my roommate Jason from White Coffee. I would say check it out, but it's been over for 5 years.
Don't cross promote.
Me and Jason were in Baltimore, and that's when we got the emails during spring break, and I'm sure everyone did. Penn State and every other college.
Did I ever
was
tell you what happened to me?
We're cut
I
off.
told you what happened to me.
But anyway, just to say that I was in I don't travel, and I went to Philly, New York, and Baltimore within 3 weeks of each other, and I was like, that's me. I'm the travel guy now. I'm gonna go everywhere. And then they just shut the world down. I was like, yeah, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'll move to Utah. I don't talk to anyone again.
I was playing IM intramural basketball, and I remember it was February 2020. R.I.P. to Kobe, getting some shots up, and
He didn't get shot up. His helicopter.
that
That was January, by the way. The first.
Yeah, I know, but my story starts in February. I was playing
Right.
basketball. Wanted to mention the great Kobe Bean Bryant. That was his nickname. Don't get any ideas. And he didn't do anything.
spill the beans.
So this isn't part of the story, but I remember playing basketball. I would go in to blow my nose or whatever. I blow my nose a lot. I'd go into the bathroom
Every day of the year.
every game I'd walk off the court and go blow my nose. And then I remember I was washing my hands, and then that was it. And then I saw a guy come in, and he did one of these.
Oh.
So all of his arms. And I was looking at him, and he's like, this virus is, I don't know, you never know.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're right. And I not the story. The day was winding down, and there was a female there shooting baskets all alone. And me and Dale, shout out Dale, were there. And I was like, Dale, let's play with this girl. I feel bad because every time a girl goes in there, nobody wants to play with them. It's just stupid. Anyway, did you see the Steph Curry thing today?
Yeah, cool.
I can't wait. She's gonna beat him. Did you see she had 37 points in the female free throw or 3-point thing?
Really?
37.
Holy.
I gotta show you the video. Anyway,
How do you get 37 out of threes? You know what I mean, folks?
I'm just gonna move on. So me and we started hitting it off, me and this girl. And this was the Rodney who couldn't speak to anyone that wasn't a man. I couldn't look at a girl at this point. It was barely second semester of college. You know when you go to college and you're like, I'm going to be a new person, and then you're actually more the same. It's not even a little bit
you're
different.
a caricature of your
Right. It's you're out of your body going. It's like Pinocchio. Ain't no strings on me. Ain't. He says ain't, right? Anyway, there are no.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was confused.
And I remember thinking wow, I'm talking to this girl and she's talking back to me, and she plays basketball. That was my criteria. Do you speak and play basketball? And I love you. And famously the only day that I dunked in my entire life, just because I was, hopped up on adrenaline.
You're right. And then you hopped up on the rim.
So I was, I was starting to leave, and she was walking out with me. I then saw one of my buddies. He started talking to me, and she started to walk away, and I was like, darn it. And then as I was talking to Buddy, I saw that she stopped to wait for me. I was like, wow, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Get outside, and I swear this is the worst. I don't even want to say this. I did one of these walk away and then come back hey, wait. And I was like, I think I asked for a snap. And she's like, yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah. And I think I kind of played it off if we're ever going to play basketball again, whatever. So that happened. We went on spring break, and then the world shut down and never started again. And that was it.
I got a call that night. You were fully in love.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It doesn't take much. We know. But what's funny is we were on spring break, and we weren't sure if things were going to get canceled, blah, blah, blah. And then, Ohio State, it was Ohio State or Wisconsin. Spring break extended 2 weeks. And everyone was like, let's go. And I was like,
well, that's the first one I remember is Westchester got shut down. And that was the first school that I heard of getting shut down. It was these idiots. And then 10 minutes later, Penn State goes, yeah, we're shut down for the rest of the century.
I can't tell this story, but remember the whole day that I had? Remember the whole thing where I created this thing in my head? It was I was supposed to be here. I was having a bad day about an interaction I had with someone.
I thought so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can't say on there, but that was a cool podcast moment where we had to pull the mic away. All right, I'm done. I got nothing else.
I got something.
What? Oh yeah, you had to put the video.
Go over to Winnebago, man. And real quick, I'm gonna pee.
Anyway, what is this? Or
So
do we just play?
Yeah, just play.
Okay.
This is bloopers from a wait. Pause it real quick. This is bloopers from a Winnebago commercial.
It's not wearing a suit.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Apartments. They developed a multifunctional bathroom. Privacy, I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. I wonder what the fuck the real dialogue is. What the fuck is this thing? All of the windshield, for fuck's sake. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I say? That didn't sound for shit, did it? And here, under the hood, we've stored something that'll really come in handy if it doesn't fall out and break my leg. Well, we're doing this. We're building a fucking industrial film. Trying to give these guys everything they can get to me. And that's it. Fuck it. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
Keep in mind, this man wrote the script for this commercial.
He wrote it.
Yeah, probably.
Got to do it again right now.
You think when people start acting like this, it's just nerves? Or is he having a breakdown?
No, I gotta take.
Fuck.
Oh my God, there's a slate.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Shit. Tony, do me a favor, will you please? Will you do me a kindness? Yeah.
I think I want to be walking in and out if you get a fuck up and I got to come back.
I don't make any difference to me at this juncture. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tony. Don't slam the fucking door.
All right, I have a take.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is fake, because it's not. But don't you think, and this comes from people who used to make videos when we were younger, don't you think there's a part of an amateur actor, filmmaker, producer that's kind of excited to screw up? To be to in a moment have a blooper and then to look back and be like, oh, what a day on set. Doesn't it give you that energy?
Yeah.
Because when we used to make videos and there'd be that vibe where it's oh, we screwed up.
Yeah. Until you get to, just having made videos where I've gotten up to take 29 and I'm like, I fucking actually hate my life. What are we doing?
Yeah. There was a... I'll pull it up. Or is it? That was very funny.
That's it.
I'll pull it up, but I
It's
will
just that for
not play it.
It's for that for 8 minutes.
Nope. We'll do the youngsters at some point. But
we got to play it.
Oh God, I'm giving this another review. There was a video that I made. It's easily the worst thing I've ever put my hands on. It was a school project. It was about Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my God.
And it was, hey, look at these handsome devils in here. Also, it was a school project, and I remember making it thinking, this is the absolute worst thing I've ever made in my life. I hate this. I want to die. That was the last thing I made before I joined your guys' group. We were sophomores in high school, and I made the whole thing, and I sent it to my group, and they were like, this is good, but where's the blooper reel? That's all they cared about. And I was like, yeah, but guys, it's like kind of like it's the narrative. I was being an asshole. I was like, but it doesn't really fit. And they're like, can you just add the bloopers though?
I said Toy Story too many times.
Maybe I actually can't play this because I don't have permission. But it's here.
What?
It's here. There it is.
What do you need permission for?
From the people in the video.
So what?
No, I can't. And also, it's the worst thing I've ever made.
Yeah, I remember that video now.
You see those names?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But,
No, I know what you're talking about though, because I had class projects and I did do that where I
play
put the
that one.
blooper reel in the
one?
credits.
You passed it. It's all right.
This one? You want me to play this one?
No.
Are you sure? Si, do you know what this is?
Yeah, I
This
do.
is me and Silas playing 2K. And I'm doing an impression of Chris Smoove, who's a black man.
JB.
Nope. JB or otherwise. Let's do this one. We'll end with this one.
Here you go, folks.
Have you ever seen this, Harrison?
I don't know.
You had to.
You've shown me
before.
a couple games.
Yes, you've shown him this.
I have.
Yeah.
Is your dad recording?
Yes. Can you hear him screaming?
That's my son.
There I am, right here.
Let's full screen.
Full screen. Sorry, what grade is this? 8th grade, right? 7th or 8th? Here I am. Here's Nico. Silas's dad, cameo. Matt Hayes, love
Great
you.
guy.
We're down 2 points. We're down 1 point.
Rodney's the big.
Here's
tall
Silas.
one.
Take the shot, kiddo.
Oh!
Cyberger, and my dad is screaming.
We just gave him a wide open
And then look at this defense to win the game, Riverside. Brick.
Wow, what an asshole. And a SWAT.
It's an 8th grade basketball game. Listen to my dad screaming.
That's awesome.
Everyone else is just
wait,
like.
hold on. Listen to the best line from my dad. Ready?
Went from sure pissed off to we win.
He goes, went from pissed off to we win. Anyway,
That's awesome.
that's it. That's how you got your nickname that nobody really uses anymore, unless we see like Matt and Nico. Yeah, that's it.
Cyberger?
It was literally he just cooked him a burger once and goes, "Here you go, Cyberger," and then it stuck for like a year or something.
That's longer than that.
Well, I would say Berg still kind of is a thing.
From some people.
Cyberger is not
Jewish.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Sorry,
That's a Jewish thing.
Hindenburg.
Like Goldberg. Dinkelberg.
No, but it's B-U-R-G.
Oh, yeah.
As
Never
in
mind
burger.
then.
We used to do that back in the day. We used to just shorten things. We went from Cyberger to Cyberg to Berg.
To Cy. And then you're like, oh, wait, we're back where we started.
No, it's Silas actually.
Anyway, so the Winnebago guy. I watched a documentary about that last night, and it was just about this guy, this Texas, I can't remember the school, professor who tracked him down and then did a whole documentary about like what this guy's actually like in real life, and just like recording that video. It was a hot day in Iowa. This is the Winnebago video. And he just hated his life. And then they film him, like, now that he's lived in a California bungalow, talking about how much he hates his life. And that was interesting to see.
That sucks.
But it's definitely a funny video. And I think that guy hated that anyone laughed at him. Because you could kind of see in the video, and he's like, at this juncture, like, he considered himself well-spoken. And he is well-spoken. And wrote the script. But then he didn't know that there was a blooper reel of it that, like, went around before YouTube, where it was just people. They talked about this whole like viral video thing back when you would just get tapes. You would get VHS tapes and then copies of VHS tapes just sent around, and that video kind of went viral before YouTube.
That's funny.
And that's the whole story. But they tracked the guy down. He was like a real asshole.
I think this is. I'm sure he's been dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This is a good thing.
He's probably dead now.
Did you guys know in the year 1995, Matthew McConaughey played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre man?
No.
And
I didn't even know there was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre man that came out in 1995.
Yeah, it was called The Next Generation. This is before he was really famous. Look at this scene from the movie. Watch this. He's helping a pedestrian.
No, he's not. He's just passed out. I said he's dead. But he was just talking, like talking in his sleep. Is that right? Well.
Well, he's dead now.
Listen. Oh, they didn't do the best part. Oh. He goes, "It ain't no fucking biggie."
That's what they said about Tupac. Write that down, folks. Yikes.
Anyway,
bomb.
I only swear, Mom, when it's an impression.
That's not true.
I saw her today, and she was like, "I
do you
watched
say
your most
when you're
recent podcast. It's I love it. Talking about Mormons and stuff." And I was like, "I said the F word in that one."
What do you say when you do an impression of a black guy?
I say, "Hello, what's going on?" Because they talk just like everybody else. What? I don't understand what's funny.
We need to stop this before we get canceled.
Oh.
The show? He called little people fake.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Only because of me. That's movie magic. You have a stand-up bit, or are we done?
I got a stand-up bit, folks.
All right, hopefully this one's good.
You know what time it is.
That's funny.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Stand-Up Minute. It's an election year this year. Tension's high. You could cut it with a butter knife. You know who I feel bad for, though? Deaf people. More specifically, the sign language interpreter at Joe Biden's speeches, who have to try to keep up with whatever the hell he's saying. Did you see that video last week? He was at that brewery talking about, like, I love beer. It's and it's like, you know, it's upsetting that he's the president, but think of the lady at the end of the stage trying to just do the hand signals, trying to keep up, and the deaf people in the audiences who are looking up going, what's this lady saying? We got the leader of the free world up here. He must be talking major truths. We got Michael J. Fox up there doing the hand signals. What's going on with this country, folks? He's smarter. He obviously beat Trump. He's got to be pretty good. And then you got other deaf people like, yeah, but I love Trump. And yeah. So whatever. That's what I got, folks. So,
that was good. No, that was good.
Tune in next episode where I don't know what we'll talk about, but it'll be number 16.